Well, hi everyone. This is Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, and today I want to talk to you about all of the upgrades that OneNote has done to that app that you might have on your phone. Well, hi everyone. I'm Crystal from A Crystal Clear Life, where we focus on planning, organizing, and living a more simplified life. And I like to come to you with real-world applications of the way that I use OneNote and the way that I use it as a planner, as a life manager, as a grocery list, as a medical journal, you name it, I use OneNote for it. And today I want to come to you because funny thing happened to me in the grocery store the other day. As many of you know, I keep my meal planning and my grocery list in OneNote, and I move it from month to month in my calendar. And so when I am at the grocery store, I simply can open up my phone and I can go on and see my grocery list. And then as I buy things, I just take the eraser that's there and erase the highlight that is on the item that I have. And when I have finished with that, I know that I've bought all the things that I can get. So anyway, I was in the store the other day and I opened up my OneNote app and I'm looking for the eraser and I'm looking for the eraser and I'm like, where did it go? What is all this other stuff? I'm confused. So it took me a few minutes there in the store to get a grip on the fact that things had changed in OneNote. And when I got home, I thought, I really need to do an updated video about this because I am somebody who uses OneNote on my phone a lot, and I wanted to share some of those upgrades with you. Now, from here on out, we are going to be taking a look at the screen of my phone. So you're going to just kind of hear some voiceover from me as you watch the screen of my phone go through the different steps that it's going to be going through. So I hope this is helpful to you guys, and I'll see you in just a few minutes. Okay, well, here we are on my phone, and on my main screen here, you can see that I do have an icon for OneNote, but I tend to use the widget that is on the phone, and that's on my second page. If I swipe over, you can see here in the middle of my page that I have the OneNote widget, and it works great because I can very quickly use this widget to add things like a photograph or a picture of a receipt or anything that I need to scan, or anything for memory keeping, that kind of thing. And that is with this little camera icon button here at the top. I can also make a voice recording note for myself or record a conversation that I'm having with someone if I am needing to transcribe that later. For some reason, I can do that with the microphone button, or I could hit that very end button there to add a new page and start something completely new. But what I wanted to show you was the list that is here of the most recent files that you've used. And so if I scroll down, you can see my personal meal planning page is here. And that's what I use when I'm in the grocery store. So that's what I want to show you today. Okay, so you see here on my screen, I have my meal planning page that I just moved over. And down here at the bottom of the list, you see that I have a pretty much permanent grocery shopping list here. And what I do is, as I need things, I will take out this list at home and highlight the things that I need. If I need to add something that's not already on the list, say for example this pork barbecue that you see here, or mayonnaise, I will go ahead and write that in as well. Okay, then what I do when I'm in the grocery store typically is, in the old version of the app, you simply could touch on the top and it would bring up the pens and pencils and the eraser, and I could grab the eraser and erase what was there. Well, that was the problem that I had in the store the other day. That button has been moved. So let's walk through some of these choices that we now have on our screen, okay? The very top 3 stacked buttons that's up there, the More buttons, will actually bring up this entire menu down here at the bottom, which adds really adds a lot of functionality to what OneNote on your phone can do, okay? So let's just take a quick look at each of these buttons. If you press the Export button here at the top, it says that you can share this as a PDF with someone, okay? So let's say that you are in a meeting and you're sitting there taking meeting notes, and somebody comes up to you and says, hey, I need a copy of those meeting notes. You can simply go right to your phone, hit the Export button, and share it as a PDF or plain text, okay? So I think that is great. Back to that menu, you can delete a page from here. That's the second button with a little trash can. Or the third button, which is the palette, the paint palette. If you touch that, page style, that comes up, and now you can choose all of these page colors right here on your phone. And you can also choose all of these ruled lines. So if I want to start a new page for something, again, maybe I'm sitting in a class and I want to take notes, I can go ahead and set up a new page with a background color and ruled lines or grid lines and go ahead and start note taking right here from my phone. That's absolutely great. I also have my wonderful search button here. So let's say I want to search for something. Let's say that I want to search for lunch meat. I want to know if that is on this page anywhere. And the next thing that I know, I see that it has highlighted lunch meat for me right there. Okay? All right, so that search feature works well as well. And again, on that menu, I can now organize my files so I can move them from place to place. I can choose other notebooks or other sections that are here that I can move things to, or I can make a copy to, which I think is really great. So that is another functionality that we did not have before. I can also increase the zoom here. I can make it zoom in or out. I can add a particular page to my home screen by clicking on this next button. And then that way, if that is a file that perhaps I use every day for something, it would be right there on my phone. As a teacher, I know that this would be something that I could use every day when I was doing bus duty. I had a clipboard of all the buses that I had to check off. I could very well do that with a list on my phone as well. Did every bus get checked off for the day, put the date, any notes, and then file that away. I think that's a great idea. Okay? All right, now under General, we have settings. Let's take a look at those settings. And under settings, we're able to change when we want to sync our notebooks and what kind of content we would like to have synced back and forth. And again, these are on and off buttons, so you can turn them on and off as needed. Okay, so let's turn that one back on. And it will go to a default section. You can change that if you would like. Any notes that I currently create when I'm on the go in my personal web unfiled notes section. You could change that to your monthly inbox, whatever you would like to do. There's a place on here also that you can send feedback to Microsoft about things and how they are working in OneNote if you would like to share any of that information with them. So all you need to do is click on that and you can tell them something you like, something you don't like, or an idea that you have. And I know that they do take a look at these to try to decide where to put their efforts in creating new versions of OneNote. Okay? All right, so that takes care of that little box. Now, that still has not solved my problem about where that eraser is. Well, if I click in one of these boxes on the screen, remember my grocery list is set up as a table. If I click on one of those boxes, I then get my entire bar up here at the top that you can see. There's a plus button. There's a checkbox which would add a tag to something, so it would put a standard to-do tag there. If I want to do that, let's say if I clicked up here in peanut butter, I could add a bullet point to that if I wanted to. And again, they work as radio buttons, so on and off as I'm touching it with my finger. I could also make a numbered item if I wanted to create some kind of outline. Again, toggling on and off. Moving next to that is the pencil with the alphabet on it. And here is where you find your highlighter and your styles, your bold, your italics, your underscore, all of those kinds of things. And under styles, you see that you have the exact same style and page headings that you would have on your desktop. So they have managed to add all of this functionality into this app on your phone. You can also choose from different fonts. And again, I have all of the fonts that I have available on my phone, and even some more that I could download if I wanted to. Okay, I can also change the font size by increasing that size or decreasing that size right here. Okay, now let's say that I want to highlight something. I could come in here and select this whole thing and click on my highlighter, and you see that it highlights that. I can also change the text color if I would like to. So now I have, I have to select it again. Forgot about that. Change the text color, and there it is highlighted, and the text color has been changed. So you see right here, if I select everything, we get a cut icon, which is the scissors. We get a copy icon, which is the page that looks like another page on top of it. And we get the paste icon, which is the clipboard with a little piece of paper. And then we also get the link button here, okay? So if I wanted to add a link maybe from a store for what kind of peanut butter I wanted, or a link to a recipe that I was doing, I could simply put that link in here. Go to that page, copy the link to that page, and then bring it here, okay? All right, again, a lot of functionality in this new app version that they have out, okay? Okay, and as we go back down here to our pencil menu, the bold, italic, and underscored, you also see that you can right justify or left justify something. Okay, we still have not found that eraser. So if we go down here to the plus button and we click on that, that is another place that we can add a camera or voice, but that is also where our ink button is, okay? So from there, that brings up at the top of the screen the eraser that I've been looking for. So there is my eraser. I can now come in here and erase the highlight on rice, or I can add the highlight on rice, or I can take my pencil and write Jasmine. I am writing with my finger, so that's not the best writing, but when I'm in the grocery store, I will know what that means. That's jasmine rice that I need, okay? And again, here I have my lasso tool so that I can cut and copy things if I need to. Remember on here, my undo button is great. Also on this screen, I am using a lot of things that are in tables, so I don't have a lot of things to actually lasso, but that's where that button is, okay? All right, so let's say next time I'm in the store and I have all of these things to buy from Wegmans, and that's quite a long list there. When I get to the store, all I need to do is touch in one of my boxes, hit that plus key, and that will bring up the ink menu that I can use right there, okay? So I can choose my erase button, my highlighter, my pen, etc. Or I can close it all the way, okay? So lots and lots of functionality. I think this is going to be fantastic for me. Well, like I said, OneNote certainly has done a lot of improvements on the app on your phone. Now, I'm using an Android phone today. I don't know if it's the same for an iPhone because I don't have an iPhone. If you have an iPhone and you use this app, please leave us all a comment and let us know how that app is working on your iPhone. That would be very helpful to folks, I am sure. Anyway, the more functionality that they have added to the app is great for me. I really love it. It's going to make adding even more things while I'm on my phone very helpful. So hopefully you found some things that you liked in this video. If you did, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please think about subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you as part of the community. Leave me a question or comment below if you have anything that you'd like to ask, and until next time, here's hoping that you can live a more simplified and organized life through better planning. I use OneNote. Until next time, okay, bye.